Alright, so let's start with game number 1. So for today, which is the last day in the Get Good tournament, we're going to be watching these two players in the first semi-final. Then we're going to be watching the other semi. After that, the game for third place, and in the end, the finals. And let's start with this game right here. So we got Ninja in his E50M and Gallo on Black Goldwood, both meeting up in the middle now together. Gallo now already pushing into B, getting the point there as the point advantage, which of course gives Ninja the disadvantage in that regard, and is now repositioning as well, as he now has the info where Gallo is. Of course he now disappeared, should get and there they are. Ninja puts his first shot in, giving him the HP advantage, and also a quite nice lead for the start there. Of course he needs to be very careful about the FV as it is powerful. And Gallo, of course, I'm just sitting there trying to defend B for now, whilst Ninja is sitting around, probably trying to go through his spawn. Gallo possibly going for C or just trying to shoot him down. Whatever happens, we shall see. Whilst Gallo is just saluting in the middle here. Ninja looking if he is still sitting in the middle. Of course, can't immediately find him, so he will have to reposition there as Gallo is doing the same. Now trying to get to B or to C him. Sorry, gets spotted, luckily. And now let's see what Ninja can do with this information. Gallo's just staying safe, which gives him the awareness that Ninja can't be on his complete left side, which of course tells him that he must be in the middle or on his left. Ninja puts a great one in, but takes one in return from Gallo. A bit unhappy about that trade. And yeah, let's just see what Gallo can do. He of course now angles himself towards Ninja as he was there. Should be also aware that he is going to rotate if he can't spot him anywhere crossing. So he will be moving slowly towards A, or just hold the middle. Whatever will be best here. Ninja getting back towards A, of course not going to cap it most likely. May just pass it or completely avoid it, which is of course the sensible thing to do, as he does not want to reveal his position. Gallo of course now getting down again because he did not see Ninja. Of course just waiting to see him. Whilst Ninja is doing the same, but he of course is a bit more mobile than the FV, so he can allow himself to rotate. Now of course the time is getting a bit closer. We have only 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. Gallo now on close to 700 points already, so Ninja needs to do something, else he may even lose on points here. Let's see, he's going to flank around B now, so he should find Gallo very soon, who has his turn back towards him for now. Still thinking about where Ninja could be. Should be spotting him any second now, which he does not, interestingly enough. Barely staying in cover here. Of course Ninja now moving in as he did not see Gallo. Unfortunately there, of course they're going to proxy spot each other now. And this is going to be very difficult for the E50M, as the FV is a very strong tank cooldown. So he should not really be able to do a lot here, as the heat of the E50M is not that strong with only 300mm and 330 with the calibrated shells that the E50M can of course carry. He's trying to side scrape here, over angling his side quite a bit. Quickly though Gallo misses, so he's trying to put a shot in and actually succeeds in doing so, putting a nice heat with just 300 into Gallo there, giving him a little bit more of a point lead. He can now take a shot to give one back, but the points are getting very low. It's 90 left, and the game is over here for Ninja. So he's rushing in now, probably just trying to win this game. Puts his first in, of course Gallo returns. Should not completely show his side, as he will just get completely hashed here. Gallo now just tracking the E50M, which should give Ninja this round now, because it's just a one-shot. Ninja got a big shell though from Gallo, nice HE, but he finishes off the game with a very close victory. All played on the first map right here, and of course we're gonna play the second round, just swapping the spawns instead. Of course you can also go and watch Fujit's stream, who is doing the same perspective, and Soft Rescue, the host of the stream, where I'm actually also commenting on right now. So yes, don't be confused if you hear my voice. And did we swap the spawns? Yes, we did. And let's get into game number 2. So now, as we can see, both changed the tank. Interestingly enough, both taking a bad shot, which is pretty rare to see. But of course, nothing is impossible here. So let's see what these two players can pull off here. Can win his second round, or if Gallo is able to take one from him. Of course we see an instant diversion here. Gallo going instantly to A, Ninja looking to spot him or go B instead. And there's the information for Ninja. He can now go around completely, because of course it takes a bit to cap a base. Gallo is expecting him from the other side. He should quickly realize that he's not coming from here, rather from here. But he may get actually caught off guard here. Ninja pushing in, gets the first shot in, Gallo missing one, puts the second in. Of course, shots being traded here by the bad shots. Gallo instantly reloading while Ninja has still a shot ready to go. He's probably just going to hide and reload, using the speed boost to get away, which Gallo of course does not have anymore, as he used it to get to A immediately. Now Gallo, as he is already full of his clip, probably trying to get B or just run around and get C, which of course gives Ninja the opportunity to cap A if he decides to, or just go around and hunt Gallo even further, who is also just looking to do the same here, just trying to find Ninja, who is of course just running around in circles here, trying to hunt him down. And of course this may take a while. Even though the two Badgets have very good speed and very good camera rating and view range, it's hard if they play against each other, especially on a map like this, because it's quite open space but also has a lot of buildings and other structures in between. Ninja now checking the corner over here, cannot see anything or anyone, whilst Gallo now returned back towards A. And they could technically meet somewhere over here if both keep their direction. Gallo and Ninja. Of course, the HP advantage here definitely in the lead of Ninja, who would still need 2 clips to kill him. So whatever happens, they both still need to reload one more time. Of course, Gallo now with the positional advantage here puts the first shot in. Ninja now using the speed boost to get closer very quickly. He's gonna put his first in, bounces one from Gallo, puts his second in. Of course, Gallo now on the reload, same as Ninja now, and he just needs to hunt him. But the issue being Gallo is gonna reload way quicker, and he is a potential one clip here for Gallo. If he rolls high enough, first one is a low roll, second one is as well, so Ninja gets the job done and wins completely on Black Gold. Let me just have a look what the next map will be. It is going to be Canal, which is also quite the open space map. So it's going to be interesting if they decide to take the bad chat again, maybe a heavy or one of the mediums, which is of course a possibility. Ninja apparently chatting towards himself. And let's wait for him to ready up, and then let's get into game number 3, which could be the possible win here already for Ninja if he wins this, as this round is a best of 5. Same goes for the other semifinal. The game of 3rd place is going to be a best of 7, I believe, but we need to check that further on. So Gallo now going back to his FV as it didn't work out with the Batchat. Ninja sticking with his Batchat though, so it's going to be quite interesting how these players are going to play on this map. No predictions possible here, at least from my side. Of course, it is to be expected that the Batchat goes towards spawn D or to cap B, and Gallo goes towards cap C, which is the most easy thing to do for him, of course. Ninja not going towards D, completely neglecting it, probably trying to put some shots into Gallo, who positions himself quite nicely here against exactly that. Ninja not getting spotted, gets Gallo in return though, who's either going to cap B or just trying to defend C. Tries his first shot, does not hit, and now he gives away his position by trying to cap B to possibly go for a cap one here, but goes away as he got Gallo spotted, now trying to set up an ambush here on his reload and gets spotted out in the open. Needs to be careful here because there are some angles that Gallo could potentially even shoot him from. Who of course now is on B, he's going to get a massive cap advantage if Ninja can't stop him, which of course is going to be very hard without sacrificing any HP. As we can see, there's no clear angle for Ninja here, and so Gallo gets the 2nd place for himself, takes one from Ninja in return. Great shot on range there, probably an APCR into the lower plate. Now in 2 shots, should probably reload fairly soon. Tries one, can you get the last one in? Probably not. Oh, bounces a shot from Gallo. Very interesting stuff right there. Ninja now going down, either going towards base C or just trying to flank Gallo somehow. Didn't really seem to be too much a fan of really capping bases, so I don't really expect him to take any from Gallo. So this might actually end in a cap win here by Gallo. Of course, it's very hard for a Batchat to fight in FV. The penetration is not the greatest, not even with heat. It's really gonna struggle penning in FV like that. Ninja now moving in, of course, is still full HP and just barely has more than Gallo. He's now going to push in, trying to empty his whole clip, takes one from Gallo for that. Nice HE there into him, puts one more in, low rolls under 200. Next one does a little bit less, of 250 under his average roll. Just barely avoided that one from the FV, and now is on the reload. And he will still need 2 clips to of course kill the FV, so he will need to expose himself 2 more times, and probably even 4 shots in total, which might even get him killed here if we do the math correctly. He can only take 1 more before getting killed, and of course with a little bit of luck on Gallo's side, which did not happen. He could have HE'd him with a fire. And of course Ninja just going to reload now, sit behind this building here, wait for the reload to be done, and then come out and probably try to clear him from the side with APCR, whilst just taking that one last shot from Gallo, which he does, bounces the first. Can he pen the second? He's trying to get around, and he finds it in the lower plate. It was very close here, as the FV just nearly had the gun depression to shoot Ninja. But of course, he ends it on the victory. Grand 3 games here by Gallo, who is going to move towards the game of 3rd place. Ninja now with the win. And I think that's For this match, let me just completely make sure that we have nothing wrong over here. Yep, Black Gold Canal, that's a best of 5, clearly. So this game is over. And let's reset the score. And yep, change the participants. We're going to see the killer Mariah, I believe. I'm just gonna call him the killer. Versus Chillaxer, who we were watching during his time in the group stages, who did a great job winning himself Group A. And we are going to see these two play on Majan Ruins as their first map. Second map, after of course we played that twice, is going to be Castilla, and the tiebreaker, if necessary, will be Normandy. But let's see that until it happens. Interesting pick by both of these tanks, and let's get straight into the game. Chillaxer might change. Interesting to see both of them taking an STB1 instantaneously. Will be interesting if they do. And they stick to it, and it's going to be very interesting of them, seeing what they can do here. So we're going to have a completely equal fight, STB versus STB, on a map with very many hills, so definitely a viable option here. And let's see what these two players can do after we witnessed Ninja pretty much completely slaughtering his enemy 3-0. Let's see if they will do the same. Of course, both of them heading towards base C. As you can see, the killer being a little bit earlier, his spawn was quite nice here. And they're going to meet up at the C base. Killer not really expecting it, Chillaxer already pre-owned. And they are already trading shots right here. Chillaxer not really doing the best here in coming out on top. Has a little bit less HP. So his roll was not too good. And this will probably all end up on this ridgeline here. Chillaxer putting a great shot into Killer, forcing him to come over, and puts another one in already, is already one shot ahead. And if they just fight it out in DPM, this should be Chillaxer's game, as he just needs 2 more shots to kill the Killer. But he puts a great max roll into Chillaxer's track, who does not decide to peek over. Both now on a one-shot, Chillaxer trying to hit the cupola, but unfortunately did not do the job here. Right now, both shooting pretty much at the same time, Chillaxer on less HP. Mariah could technically take a heat if he rolls very low. Mariah, of course, can one-shot Chillaxer quite easily, both trying to shoot there, both missing. Chillaxer chatting maybe a bit too much there. Of course now Killer kept should not really do anything, but he gets the job done and finishes off Chillaxer in the first round. Very interesting here seeing 2 STBs playing on the same map. Let's swap the spawn points and see if they maybe are going to change or even play the same tanks. Oh, we see a change on both sides. Killer now in the bad chat, as we saw Ninja and the game before being played quite frequently. Now on Chillaxer's side and actually 4-2-0-2. A very rare pick for a 1v1 tournament at tier 10 if you want. But definitely an effective one against the bad chat. If you pen some HE, you can do a lot of damage against the bad chat, of course. Some tanks would struggle at that, but of course the FV has very great HE penetration, so this should not be even close to an issue for Chillaxer. Going towards the middle area, which is good to spot out in pretty much any direction, whilst Killer is going towards A, and as Chillaxer didn't really see anyone, he's probably guessing that he's going there. Now of course he has the confirmation, but decides to cap B instead. Because of course he's way slower than the matchet, so if this happens to be a cap fight, he has to take one base as early as he can, which of course may force Killer to come in and try to get either base B or C, which is a good technical advantage here. He's going in, they just barely missed each other. Mariah just was aiming at that. Chilexa now going to get base A, and Killer looking to get either B or Chilexa, which now reveals himself and will get into a cap lead advantage if he cannot be stopped. Bounces the first, and Chilexa missing the return. Bounces the second, interesting stuff right here. And he also messes up the third shot. Not really good stuff. And definitely not great aim by Killer here. Bouncing all three shots on Chilexa's tank, who puts a great HE into him, rams him full 200, of course comes out on top there. By the run, puts another HE into it, of course. The Killer already reloaded with his Batchet, but is now cornered there. Gets one more with APCR this time, which was actually a Maxwell. And Chilexa can just finish him off now, as he of course was in a reload. Pretty unfortunate stuff right there for Killer. If he didn't bounce the whole first clip, Chilexa would have been dead, but RNG was on his side, and so we are going into a 1v1 into the second match, which will be played on Castilla. And let's see what these two players can do on this map. And especially what tanks they will pick, as we had some very interesting stuff happening here with the STBs and then the FV, which is quite uncommon. Killer going back to the SCB, Chilexa now trying the Batchet, and we're just waiting for Fujit to ready up. There we go, and we can head into game number 3, which is Castilla, of course. And if we get to the tiebreaker, it will be Normandy, which is again quite a hilly map, so good for these players, as they seem to like their STBs quite a bit. But of course only one of them took it, which is the Killer. And it's going to be quite interesting how this game will be played. Chilexa seemingly either trying to get into the middle to get B, trying to get a quick way to A, or he could potentially even go to C. Mariah here going towards A with his SCB, probably the best option, as he can pretty much dominate the hill without any trouble. The Batchet here could catch a glimpse on him, which he does. Gets into cap B as well, which is very nice to have the information here. Of course Killer now in A, so we would have had it anyway. But that little bit of a spot is always nice, of course. Chilexa may even go greedy and cap base C as well to force Killer out. Because if not, he could of course just sit on the hill and wait out the time, but Chilexa has a very great position here. Trying to cap base C, Killer of course can't really do anything. We have to go over the bridge here, which will be very risky depending on where Chilexa goes next. We may actually just try to defend these two bases by either this hill or this position over here. Or he could even go for base A if he wants to. Now, just barely misses Killer here, which is quite unfortunate for Chilexa. Should see him any second by going into the cap, and Chilexa, of course, instantaneously returning, using a speed boost as well to get there even quicker. Of course, that won't stop Killer, who might actually go for B next, or just sit at C, depending on what he feels like. Chilexa now should be able to spot him if the timing is right. He put one in though. He can. Puts his first in. Killer misses the second. The incoming one. Chilexa puts the whole clip into it. And now, if he is lucky enough with the RNG, the Killer is of course in a one clip territory, who puts an amazing shot there into Chilexa. Now, as we all know, the Batchet's clip potential on average is 390. So if he rolls just a slightly bit higher this time, he has quite a good chance of killing the STB. If not, he will have to reload another clip, which of course will be not too fortunate. He gets a max roll instantly. He rams the STB, messes up the first shot though, or the second, and gets another high roll on the STB. So if he had hit that shot, he would have been dead by now. Who may lose the game because of this. Puts another one in. Of course, now both on a possible one shot here. He tries the HG. Chilexa survives on 21 HP and finishes up the STB from Killer, granting himself the 201 with a very close game here. Quite tactical with how they tried to get the bases, got the bases back, and with the maneuver, of course, of both of these players. Killer now has to win this if he wants to still have a chance here. Chilexa could pretty much chillax, but this is not gonna happen, of course. Both want to fight for the win. Killer now taking the 140 and Chilexa the Progetto, the latest addition to the tier 10 tanks, who has quite a great turret here, so the 140 may struggle against it. And let's see, so both of them do what their enemy did in the match before, other than that Chilexa is not looking or going for A, but Killer not looking for B, but rather for C instead. Of course, Chilexa, as he used the speed boost, he is going to get to A before, although it's going to be very close here. Oh, actually the Killer was quicker here, which is quite surprising. Chilexa instantly turned around, probably looking to get either B or to go to C instantly. But it's going to be interesting where Killer is going to be heading. And as you could guess, he's either going to disramp or to disramp to defend a possible push on B, or even try to get B himself. And as you expect, Chilexa is doing the same. He's looking for B, as both of these players are pretty much in the same seconds on the points. So either this could end in a draw, or we're going to see a fight out here. Chilexa now and B, of course, they're going to proxy spot each other. And he may actually be able to cap before Killer arrives, which is not going to happen. Puts a great shot into Killer, tracking him because of that, who then of course missed the shot, and Chilexa just trying to run here, puts 2 shots in already, letting Killer miss another one. Chilexa is just 1 clip short of his third, and there it is. And it's now gonna be a ring around the rosy with this house. Killer getting stuck on his house now is not the greatest thing to happen. Chilexa just needs 2 more. He's waiting on the second shell now. What a cheeky player, of course. The second one is quicker in than if you shoot all 3. And so he finishes off the game with a 3-1. Which means that I believe Killer should be out of this game, I believe. So he will be the 4th place. And of course this is now the game of 3rd place. And that is going to be the loser from the game before, which is Gallo Magno versus Chilexa, as this is based on double elimination. Chilexa has to play again. And the maps we're going to be seeing are Lost Temple twice, Horrorstadt twice, Black Goldville twice, and Rockfield, which concludes that this is a best of 7. And so let's actually add that here. And of course, first map, Lost Temple. Hello now. Chilexa already in. Let's reset the score. Good luck. Now Gallo lost 3-0 against Ninja. Chilexa won his game 3-1. So it's going to be interesting if Gallo can beat Chilexa. He will of course have to fight Ninja again. And if Chilexa wins, Gallo will be our third place and Chilexa will head into the finals. But let's see what happens on this map. We're going to have the E50M on Gallo's side and the 140 on Chilexa's side. Of course, here it's going to be very interesting. It's not the easiest task for a 140 to deal with an E50M, especially if that tank decides to just completely ram into you, because a 140 can pretty much do nothing against an E50M in phase hug. So how Chilexa will be dealing with this is going to be quite interesting, and I guess Gallo has just thought of that as well, going quite aggressively through the middle here, trying to spot out Chilexa, who is going to get into C, which gives him the cap advantage, and Gallo will go completely around, will have catch them off guard here and may even put a shot into him. Both of them missing, and now Chilexa needs to really do the damage here before Gallo gets close, who puts his first shot in already, letting himself quite a nice HP lead. Of course, Chilexa returning here. Has the better DPM, but way less armor. And a very big disadvantage in the close range. Gallo bouncing a shot though on the upper plate of the 140. Now though Chilexa missing, or actually bouncing with his heat. And he really needs to penetrate his coming shots, because he's now a 2-shot for the E50M. Can of course manage to put both of them in. And the same goes for the E50M now, who's a 2-shot. Now Chilexa bouncing, gets rammed. And if I interpret this correctly, Chilexa is not going to win this unless he pulls quite a big move here. Gallo just going to cap the base. Does not even bother to push on Chilexa and try to risk it. He, of course, because he bounced a couple of shots, is now in the disadvantage. Of course, that goes for both of these players. But the E50M is just way stronger in a close range engagement. So definitely a good pick here by Gallo. And an unfortunate prediction by Chilexa, who puts one in, presses adrenaline, and if he can pen that, he's going to win. Nice round here by Chilexa. Gallo complaining about heat, apparently. Of course, what these players take is completely not set by rules. So what these two players shoot is completely up to them. And let's head into game number 2. Gallo now taking the lightier tank, and now the Chilexa with the bad shed. Now they are on opposite sides. Of course, the bad shed completely different to the 140, but also is going to struggle against an E50M if done correctly. And now Chilexa will do probably the same move, or not, guessed it wrong, but Gallo is going to do the same thing as before, just heading straight through the middle, may go up here already, and may actually catch a glimpse on Chilexa over there. Oh, but it's the vice versa here. Chilexa actually outspotting the bad shed with his E50M. Great move. Instantly moving back and going to hunt him down. Also did not get spotted, but saw Gallo moving down, who is either going to sit in this corner now and wait, go around and up again, or he could have gone to C, but this is irrelevant as Chilexa proxy spot him, may be able to put one into him if he's quick enough. Of course, now information on both sides that they are there. Gallo trying to hold down here and peek against the E50M. Chilexa missing, unfortunately. Gallo doing the same, could be going to the reload or saving those 2 shots. He's playing very risky here. Missing the second and is going to go into the reload pretty much instant. Chilexa may be able to catch one into him and puts a great APCR into him. He had switched to HE, but changed back, as we heard from the sound. Gallo now getting hunted by the E50M, is stuck behind this rock. He may be able to run away going like this. But of course he saw Chilexa moving around. And so he may actually get away if Chilexa does not see him before. Which could potentially happen, and it does. They've completely swapped positions now, Gallo having the high ground and Chilexa having no clue whatsoever where Gallo is. Of course Chilexa may just go for a cap on A, gets spotted out again by the Ratchet, which of course should tell him that he's either to his back or in the middle, but that does not stop him, and Gallo actually took some damage there, going just recklessly down the hill. Now on 1500 health. Can't take too many hits, especially if Chilexa rams him. Of course an E50M going to do devastating damage to a Batchet with a full speed ram. Could even go above the 500 there. Chilexa is probably going for B or just going straight through it. And the first will happen. Gallo just sitting here, trying to spot him out, but won't really, at least from Chilexa's position. Who's now turning, spotted him, puts a great one in, but also takes one in return from Gallo, who actually had a great shot there. Oh. But the driver now from Gallo, so he has to be very careful. Of course he heals him instantly, but that gives Chilexa the chance to just chill out, cap a base, and get a big cap lead here. He already had one, but it's going to be just getting bigger. It's all on Gallo now, where he's going to move. And he decides himself for the wrong direction. And Chilexa just going to completely hunt him down here, just waiting for him to either drop or stay up. The first happens, and Chilexa should be just probably rushing down at this point. Gallo on a possible 2-shot here, if he puts one in with HE, has the risk of missing by going down, which he ends up doing. Of course now in the face of the Batchet, he bounces one as well. Gallo now in a reload again, missed one, and he's not gonna win this. Yep, he gave up. Failed HE here by Chilexa, probably going to swap back to APCM and finish the job. And claims himself first map. So after Lost Temple is done, winning 2-0 on Chilexa's side, we are moving to Horrorstadt, the Halloween version of Alpenstadt, anyone is not aware. So we are gonna get a bit spooked, even though that is over now. And let's head in game number 3 once Chilexa is ready. Now this is quite interesting here, Chilexa taking the FV. Probably has expected another Batchet or STB. Against an E50M, of course, can still do some damage with HE if he's gonna catch him in the side. But that is going to be quite hard to do, especially if Gallo's just going to face him. Both tanks of course have great penetration on their APCR. It's just a matter of a question if Chilexa has the heat or the hash gun. Gallo getting spotted here is quite crazy to think about. Chilexa of course has the information here. Is probably just going to either hold the bridge or just move in. Gallo bouncing. Quite lucky here Chilexa with his FV today. Of course tried the HE, only did 130. And took one back from Gallo, who can safely side scrape here. But of course Chilexa could just HE that. Won't do a lot of damage, but it's gonna add up after some time. Of course Chilexa here quite aggressive. Gets another bounce whilst penetrating his own. And Gallo here quite cautious, not really wanting to push in. Chilexa trying to bait a shot with his wheel here. As you can see, he does it. Of course he now moves in because he knew that was a bait. bounced the returning shot and penetrates his own, and is now in a face-up against an FV. It's going to be very hard for Chelexa to do this. If he can't find a penetrating shot, gets one, fortunately here. And it's looking quite close, but of course Chelexa has the disadvantage because he has to aim for the turret. With his APCR, he seems to only have the hash gun, which is not gonna work against an E50M. But he bounces again, FV really holding up here. Quite lucky with his shots. He has to have a high roll, and he gets it. Really lucky here on Chelexa's side that should have ended badly. But RNG says no and gives the win to Chelexa, who got quite cocky there with his FV, if I am honest. Yeah, he's also not too happy about it, bouncing incredibly often there against the FV. Not really the best thing to have happened to him. And if he can't... Oh, he actually shot hash into the side. That's interesting, so... yeah. A change here now on Chelexa's side, taking the pattern instead, which is an interesting choice. Of course, that can work the bridge in the middle here quite well. But against the E50M, he's going to struggle a little bit as the cupola of the M48 is with an E50M who is competent in aiming, quite easy to hit, as it is not that small. Of course, Gallo's still a bit salty about that last game. May go on his morale here, and if he gets too salty, he's just going to be throwing this now. Chelexa deciding to go to this ridge line here, gets spotted out by Gallo and takes a shot. Could not really be too safe here, but he gets one back as well, of course. Chelexa now has to be careful with the E50M gun. Very good on range. Though, of course, the penetration is not the best, so he has to rely on his aiming. Chelexa trying the blind shot here, not connecting. Also has no camo at all. And why I mention that? Because on range, just a couple percent can get you either killed or they can be devastating. Gallo now bouncing another one on the side of Chelexa here. He really must be angry at this point. Of course, both of them now not penning their shots. It's still equal. Chelexa having a terrible shot there, whilst Gallo got one back into him. Now going to get into a close range fight here. Gallo has to put the shot in and bounce at least one returning shell. If not, then Chelexa is just going to out DPM him at this point, as the E50M is not renowned for having good DPM compared to other tier 10s. Gets a max roll into Chelexa and he has to bounce it. Doesn't get the bounce, and so he is losing map number 2 as well. Now a 4-0. He's going to be quite salty at this point, I would believe. Back to Black Gold, which we have seen already. And he just left. Oh wait, it's a best of 7, so 4 wins is enough, isn't it? Never mind. Well then, let's get to the finals, I guess. Which is going to be the last game for today. Which is going to be a best of 9 between Ninja and Chelexa. First map here is going to be Normandy, which not anymore is the newest map in this pool since NOOB. We wanted to reset the score, and we are now just missing Ninja, and let's tell him exactly that. Was quite a quick tournament, at least for today. having a 3-0 slaughter from Ninja, then a 3-1 by Chillaxer, and adding a 4-0 on that, that's quite brutal. Let's hope this game is going to be more interesting than the game before, and see what these two very competent players can do. And whilst we wait for Ninja to join, let's talk about the maps. We're of course going to have Normandy twice, then we're going to have Faust, Falls Creek, Yamato Harbor, and our tiebreaker will be Mines. And it's just all about Ninja. Tim joining for last game. Let's actually try to invite him in game to see if he's going to react by that. Because of course not everyone is checking Discord every single time. But until now, I of course hope you've enjoyed the stream and the games so far, even though they ended quite quick. Still had some very good plays, by some very good players of course. And at this point, as we are of course waiting, I would really like to put a really big thanks to Fujit, not to Fujit, excuse me, wrong name, to the Tingos who set up the whole tournament pretty much. He made the rules, he set up the groups, he set up the second stage, and I can tell you that that's very big work he did there, and it's very good work as well. Most of the people showed up. He moderated some rooms as well, and he just did an amazing job. So if you want to thank someone for this tournament, it should definitely go to Tingos and possibly also to Soft, because he's the host of this tournament. But yeah, big shout out to Tingos here, hosting this tournament and pretty much doing all the things. He even set up Q&A, set up all the players and some other stuff. Also, we had sponsors here, one of them being Rolling, one of them Ting, I believe, not quite sure. But yeah, also thanks to him as well for giving some into the prizes here, which is of course very gentle of him. But yeah, there we are, we have Ninja now. No problem. And we're going to be heading into the first game of the finals here on Normandy. Ninja seemingly wanted to play the bad chat, or could possibly change it as well. Alexa looking to take DFE again. Good prediction here. And let's get into game number 1. Of course, we've seen Alexa play against FVs before, against bad chats, so this is going to be quite interesting what is going to happen in this one. Of course, Ninja, a very competent player, so he should not be underestimated, because we've seen him win with the bad chat already. So let's see how this game is going to turn up. Ninja against Chillaxer. Ninja playing quite passively here, just slowly moving through his spawn. Whilst Chillaxer is instantly going towards B. Ninja just not want anything to do with the FV. He of course knows the power of this tank and what it can deliver. Of course though, as he is in base B, that gives Ninja quite a big advantage in knowledge. He knows he's sitting there, he knows the FV is not that quick, so he can freely peek, not go through D definitely, because he is going to reveal his position. Chillaxer though a little bit bigger brain here, instantly going for A. He's of course not going to stay in the middle. Luring Ninja out, and he could only come from two sides here. Of course he could only come from up top, but he has to overpeak quite a bit. Alexa nearly gets right here, puts his first in, rams Ninja as well, who missed his first shot. Gets a non-penetrating HG there, 177. Not really what you want to see when you're playing against the bad shot. Alexa of course not really too big of an advantage here in hit points, which is pretty quickly going to change here. Ninja putting the first in, bouncing the second. Can he connect the third? No, he does not. Yeah. Quite an aggressive FV over here, really working out for Chillaxa today, who secures himself game number 1 with quite a strong performance. Swapping the spawns, of course Chillaxa and Ninja both will change the tanks, and Chillaxa should regret his choice very soon, as he of course has a hard time against the E50M. Reaction scene right there. Really seems not too happy in playing against E50Ms, as he is struggling quite a bit. Of course Chillaxa going into the middle, trying to spot out Ninja, taking the same position just in a different approach here, just avoiding barely getting proxy spotted here. Of course Ninja knows he's coming. Chillaxa was in the chat probably, he was typing there. Big mistake from him, tunnel visioning there, not noticed he got spotted. And of course Ninja was able to put one in. Chillaxa bounced his returning and pretty much instantly reloaded his clip. Of course Ninja now he's not gonna take too much time, he's just going to rush in with his E50M. The bad shot going to struggle pretty much against the E50M. The same as the game before, just in swap positions here. The FV slaughtering the bad shot is now the E50M slaughtering the bad shot. Quite a failed HG there, if you can call it that, because 350 is an APCR roll. Of course Chillaxa just a 2-shot now. Could be a 1-shot here with a max roll in HG. Chillaxa tracking his opponent though, who then missed his shot. And Chillaxa is now just on the run. Could not cap base B, so the points are still equal. And by the rule set, if it ends in a draw, the player with the most damage wins, which would be in this situation definitely Ninja. Doing a great job here, just showing some incredible aggression here against Chillaxa, who's just trying to stay alive here. I don't know how he wants to win this, but maybe he has a plan that we are just not aware of. But he seems to have given up by this point already. And Ninja finishes him off with quite a lot of HP still left on his tank. Very strong performance here in this game by Ninja. Both players probably regretting to take the bad shot. And so let's move on to Faust, a tank that sometimes can favor heavies, though we have not seen a lot of them today. Of course, so now we're going into a 1v1, so it's not gonna be 5-0 this time. Oh, and if Ninja is gonna stick with this tank, then he's not going to be happy. Chillaxa there, having a good call with the FV against the bad chat again. Let's hope round 2 won't also happen again after this one, being Chillaxa in the bad chat. Let's just hope. Because if so, we're gonna end up on mines as the tiebreaker. He calling me out here. Ninja going not towards D, he's going to be probably ignoring it. Probably just going towards that one elevated position, whilst Chillaxa checking out the medium side here. Of course not sticking around too long. just gonna be quite aggressive here, of course, as you want against the bad chat. Because if he plays against you on range with his camo, you're not gonna have the best day of your life. Of course, Chillaxa there taking a shot. Ninja unfortunately missed his first, so he didn't put as much damage in as he wanted. Chillaxa therefore missed his return. And also the follow-up blind shot. Has to be really careful and cautious now. Of course, trying to hunt Ninja, who's already way away there at this point. May actually be going up here and spot out Chillaxa whilst he's going down. Could be a good idea, could also be very fatal though, as he gets spotted. Chillaxa with the same here. Puts one into him, quite low roll here from Ninja. And of course wants to reload instantly and hide. Which is probably his plan in this game. Just put 1 or 2 shots in, hide again, and do the same over and over again. Quite fortunate here from Ninja, only took like what, 61 into the gun barrel. Oh, tracks him and turns him around. Can he put a second in? Goes through the tank. That's interesting. Tries to put one more in and succeeds. Of course, Chillaxa now trying to hunt him down on half the HP of Ninja. So he needs to put at least one more in now. Fortunately, he does. He is, if he can roll really high with the HE 2-shot Ninja. Of course, he himself is a 1-clip, so he cannot just recklessly peek in. Oh, and they both bounce on each other. It's very unlucky here from Chillaxa, who of course is in a disadvantage here. Ninja could be still a free shot, but of course it's possible but very hard for Ninja to get 2-shotted here by Chillaxa, who is of course clippable by Ninja, who could of course also bounce on FB. We've seen that happen before. I'm not sure if Ninja is aware, but the damage roll, if he is in knowledge, he could just keep doing this over and over again. And if Chillaxa has no plan, it's going to keep happening as well. Oh, gets proxy spotted here, bounces one, gets one in. He's now pretty much a safe 2-shot if he pens hash. Of course, bounces 2, not really happy about it, of course. And into the reload again, running away with a speed boost here. And let's see if Chillaxa can take advantage of that. Gets his first in, and now he needs to high roll an HE. Succeeds in doing so, and wins the first one on Faust, granting him a 2-on-1 situation in terms of the points. And let's see what these two players are going to be doing next. Chillaxa probably not going to take a bad shot again, maybe taking the E50M as expected. And let's see about this game. Now we have E50M on E50M. And the thing about this matchup is if one of them has better armor or more HP, same for calibrated shells or gun rammer, this match could be decided just by that alone. But they seem to have the same setup, same HP, reload was pretty much done at the same second. But of course their playstyle is gonna decide most of this. Chillaxa going towards A, Ninja being a bit more cautious at C. Chillaxa going up here as well. They're not gonna spot each other for quite some time. Chillaxa going just into A now, looking to get some points. Ninja affirming that. Of course now knows where he is. And is just going to be hunting down Chillaxa, who may actually come right into his direction from the way his tank is pointed. He checked down, no one was there. Ninja now going to may even get him in the back here. Oh, and this could be really bad. Chillaxa shot there, blind as it seems. Gets tracked out in the open with his turret facing the wrong side. is going to take a second one here as well from Ninja, who has a big advantage now. Of course, Chalexa in the hold down situation still takes one over peak with his tank. Not looking good. Ninja can just pretty much push in now at any point in time if he wants to, because he pretty much has double his hit points. Of course, Chalexa has a base. Not really gonna happen though. Don't think Ninja will want to lose on points here and give the map away completely to Chalexa. He of course wants to win to tie up. He now repositioning, of course, with his front towards Chalexa. Now may even try to go down here, which is just what Chalexa is doing. May go down here or just sit on this red line. Ninja now may get caught in the side here, but of course get spotted early enough for that not to happen. Now he has the hold down position, of course both of them do. Ninja's is a bit better as he needs to be engaged. Oh, great shot there by Ninja with a heat through the E50M turret. And we're now going to see a lot of heat happening, as this is pretty much the best way to fight against an E50M, especially if you're sitting in one. Just heat the turret and you're pretty much good to go if you have the right spots. Both of them connected, they're returning shells. Chalexa now, good tracking shot here, Ninja bouncing in return. He has to put one more in. Of course he succeeds in that, and he is a one shot. And Ninja puts one right into the low plate, not even needing to shoot heat here. And puts the score in tie on 2-2. Now we're of course going to go to map number 3, which is Falls Creek. Oh, not really happy about this map maybe. Don't really seem to like these maps. Just waiting for him as the spectator now to ready up. Of course we see the tanks already. Let's hope he readies up, if not we will have to join the game without him. There we go. And let's go into map number 3, which is Falls Creek. Ninja again in his E50M and Chalexa in the pattern. It didn't really work out too well last time he played the pattern. So let's see if he can win it this time. They seem to be still discussing about the back chat thing. Not going to happen in this game. Both of course heading towards A on different approaches. Chalexa taking a bit longer route here. Of course he needs to be a bit careful against an E50M. Oh, he gets spotted out from this range. That's quite significant. Oh, good shot here from Ninja. Unfortunately quite the low roll. And he agrees as well, of course. Chalexa did not stand there, else he would have taken that blind shot. But of course he is now possibly going to spot Ninja. It's a bad idea to peek here. Fortunately it works out for him in the end. Ninja now also pressing a bit more against Chalexa. They're now going to proxy spot each other. And if Ninja's aggressive enough, lucky enough, or just they are shot trading, of course he is in the advantage as he has HP advantage as well. First shots are traded now, and it's going to be the face up. First shot put in, second shot put in. Really all about DPM now. Or maybe hitting an ammo rack as well, which is unlikely of course. Chalexa now a 2-shot, got down though. So he can instantly get shot by Ninja, who bounces on the side. So he is a possible 1-shot. Looking to get the ramp. He's looking, can't really get it. Chalexa still on 200. And this game should be over if Ninja can hit the cupola, which he does, winning himself and getting ahead 3-2 on False Creek. Let's swap the spawn lines once again. And if Chillaxer can win this, we will most likely see a tiebreaker. If Ninja wins, we may not, because then he will of course be match point. But let's see what Chillaxer is going to take next, because he's probably not sticking with the pattern and going back to his FV, which he played very well in the group stage. If you have not seen that, of course you can always rewatch it. But let's see how he can do against Ninja in his FV in this game. So Ninja heading towards T. Same for Chillaxer. Are they thinking about a bad shed fight? Oh, that's going to be interesting. On Yamato Harbor as well. Of course, one of them could fool the other and just not play the bad shed. Oh, Chillaxer there, quite unfortunate. Used his consumable a bit early. Ninja bouncing anyway. And if Ninja can't get out of this, he's just going to get DPM'd the hell out. Bounces one more, gets a second one by Chillaxer. And he's now complaining about NOOB. A bit rude, if you ask me. Ninja just on the run, trying to see if he can get him. Bounces from one of the FV. And he really needs to get into a good position here, because he's just on the run now, trying to survive. Of course, this is not gonna win him games. And Chillaxer just trying to catch an E50M, moving away. It's not easy. Clearly not. Oh, peeking over. He could have been tracked there. That's not too good of an idea. Ninja now trying to either go around through Chillaxer's spot, gets spotted and just tracked. Very fortunate here from Ninja not to be damaged again. Oh, nice try here by Chillaxer. Does not connect his follow-up shot. And Ninja just does not want to. He's not a fan of this engagement. Both now unspotted. Ninja trying to make some moves here, of course. He is going to get caught by Chillaxer, who's pressing again in terms of his aggression. Oh, gets caught out here though. Back to APCR, as you heard there. Oh, and he puts a great one into the E50M. Use the consumable again. And Ninja didn't pen one. Has to go in now. He takes the run. Can he one-shot him? Yes, he does. Even finishes the job with HE. And Ninja complains about unfair. Of course, that's nothing that is going to change the outcome of this game. And we get to Yamato Harbor. Very quick here on False Creek, the matches. Let's see what these two are going to be doing this time. Oh, they talked about bad chats. Ninja not gonna take it. Let's hope that Chillaxer is not going to fall for it. And let's go into the battle. Not going to be happy because no one fell for it. Interestingly enough, even though both of them were of course talking about bad chats, no one decided to take him. And let's see what is going to end up happening in this one. Ninja a bit unsure, I think, in what to do, whilst Chillaxer is just jumping through the city. No stopping in sight from his perspective, of course. Whilst Ninja is just sitting there, Okay, started moving now towards position C, whilst Chillaxer is going to get into B, may even spot out Ninja here on his way crossing. He's not looking. Oh, but also Ninja did not put a shot in. But of course he had a hard angle. If you look at what he saw, it's not a lot to pen for in E50M, especially on rain, and when you're not prepared for it. Chillaxer deciding not to contest C at all. Rather than that, he's going to get A, I would guess. Ninja not spotting him here, quite fortunate. In his case, he's also not trying to go through here. Because of course Ninja may have gotten here, which could have got him in big trouble. So let's see how Ninja is going to respond from the cap on A. May actually try to get B. But of course it's risky. Quite risky. Because he could have been sitting here, he's not. So Ninja knows he's there. Not going to peek it, which is the most sensible thing to do. And this is going to be very interesting. He guessed right, didn't hit, but gets one in from Ninja now. Oh, good tracking shot here from Chillaxer. Ninja now trying to get away here. Oh, unfortunate shot there by Chillaxer. Should have been a hit. And if he's quick enough, he can, of course, put one in. That was weird. And yeah, he put a great HG into him. Gets another one with AP, I think, a Maxwell there. Into Ninja, who's now complaining about the FV. This won't help Chillaxer. Of course, Ninja just trying to get a side here. Not going to happen. If timed correctly, he could have been spotted there, which happens of course. Chillaxer not spotting Ninja in return, which is very interesting. But he turns around anyway, with a very sensible thing to do. Ninja not hitting his shot here, hitting the wall, I believe. Whilst Chillaxer just going to defend his both cap circles, because of course he has big point advantage, so he can easily cap this out if he wants to. Whilst Ninja is trying to play on range, trying to find Chillaxer. And if the timing is bad, which it is, he could take one for it, and he takes a near 600, now on 12 HP. And he really is salty now, as we can see in the chat. 12 HP, Chillaxer could just pretty much HE him. He tries to kill him. Trying to do some suicide mission here. Which of course is not nice from him, that's not really too good sportsman. But we can't stop him, of course. And he wins anyway, with points, before Ninja was able to destroy himself. Lead is now 3-4. For Chillaxer, if he wins this, he's going to be our winner. Oh, and Chillaxer deciding to take the tank again. We of course need to spot the spawns. And this is going to be another mad session in the chat. Of course, I'm not going to blame anyone. I'm just here to commentate, and let's see what Ninja can do against the FV. Ninja complaining about it being unfair and without any skill. Even though I would consider just playing tanks in a 1v1 not being unfair. Especially if you're losing, you shouldn't call your enemy a zero skill guy, because of course I would be considering to think about what that does to the person that is losing, to the guy that has apparent zero skill. But let's not get into much detail of this. Chilexa is here to win this. Because Ninja now got base D, now pushing on D by Chilexa, trying to cap back. Ninja just running, trying to get B or A. Both is a viable option. Chilexa trying to give him some camo. Ninja still spotting him out here. Who's... Oh, great shot into the FV here by Ninja. Just decapping the FV in time, puts an HE in now and is on the reload. He may now go for one of the bases whilst Chilexa is capping C. What would make more sense is of course base A, as Chilexa can't get there that quickly. Ninja really not happy with this. But I mean, he's looking good so far. Put 2 shots in already. Now has base A under control. But he's still gonna lose out on points. As you can see at the top. He is not quick enough to cap base A. Chilexa now spotted out. Of course missed its shot. Now on B, and he is going to get an even big cap here. Ninja in the immediate reload again, trying to do something against Chilexa. May turn around, if not Chilexa is gonna have a juicy target here. He does turn around. Chilexa should be expecting it, which he does. Very good anticipation here. Of course you could double bluff and just go further. Not going to happen though, and Chilexa is looking to get base A, gets Ninja spotted out in the open. Puts one in. Gets rushed. Gets an HE, not penning. Ninja bouncing a second. Pens the third. Driving mistake there. Takes another 200 only. Quite lucky here, Chilexa having a dead driver. I think he can't heal it. But he's now in possession of all 3 bases, which gives the pressure back to Ninja, who of course is lower on HP as well. Needs 2 clips for sure to kill Chilexa, but of course is a possible 2-shot here. Takes one and is now going to succeed in putting all 3 shots into him and trying to run. Unfortunately missed its shot. Chilexa now also ammo wrecked. And the fuel tanks are hit. Can he put a shell in? Yes, he does. But Ninja can still take a shot potentially here. He can actually win this. But he's running out of time. He needs to push in. Yeah. Not penetrating there from Chilexa. Oh. But he loses anyway. That's so unfortunate by Ninja, getting a second too late. Chilexa wins the round by points and winning the tournament. GG Chilexa. Ninja really salty. Really not too happy with this result. And yeah, this was pretty much it for this tournament. Chilexa winning tournament 5-3 against Ninja on the second to last map, Yamato Hava. We did not get to the tiebreaker in this. And yeah, let's just completely ignore Ninja's saltiness, and yeah, this is it from me. I don't think there's anything to add other than a congratulations to Chilexa for winning himself 2,500 gold, an AC Sentinel or Panzer IV Schmaltum, whatever he chooses, and 7 days of premium. Ninja is going to win 500 gold and the same. And the third place, he is going to get himself 500 gold as well. So yeah, congratulations again. I hope you've enjoyed this whole entire tournament. Thanks for watching and see you all again next time. Bye bye.